So a lot of you may have seen the video that I posted a few months ago. Can't remember how long it was, 3, 4 months maybe. It was called How to Develop a Killer Traditional Grip. If you haven't seen it and you're looking to improve on that grip, make sure you check that out. Set aside about 25 minutes because it's pretty detailed. But anyways, since posting that video, I haven't stopped working on this grip. I use it as often as I can. Matter of fact, every Sunday morning at church. Church seems to be my ideal training ground for using that grip, so I use it a lot there. And it just seems to be the perfect environment because, you know, the church is huge. Aside from it being a church, it feels like I'm playing in a theater. But of course, low stress environment, and, you know, I'm not playing anything too particularly technical. So, you know, it's kind of a perfect environment for me to sort of continue to sharpen that knife. But between playing on Sundays and, you know, just the little exercises I do while I'm watching TV and stuff, I've been continuing to work pretty hard on it. And I just thought I would share my progress with you guys so far. Now, if you've seen that video, you might remember me mentioning, as far as the actual grip goes, you might remember that I mentioned that your body or your hands will tell you which grip it's comfortable with, because there's a couple of different variations, as we know, of the traditional grip as far as hand position. You know, it depends on whatever you're comfortable doing. Me, as I was developing this grip and trying to find my place with this particular grip, finally I just decided to do just that. Like, just not overthink it, pick up the stick and just see where I end up. And it appears that I've settled here. So my hand position is way back on the stick like this. I've tried a few different hand positions. I started way up here in the beginning. If you check out some of my jazz tutorial videos that I did, you'll notice that I'm a little bit further up on the stick here. That felt cool for a little bit, but you know, it wasn't something that I was 100% comfortable with. So when I got to the point where I decided to just leave it alone and let my hands do the talking, my right hand seems to like it, or my left hand, sorry, seems to like it right here. So I'm way back on the stick now. You see guys like, you know, Keith Carlock, Matt Chamberlain, guys like that will hold the stick way back here. So it's a little bit harder at first because you're much further away from the actual fulcrum, or that optimum point where the stick balances. It's a little further back. So getting that natural rebound, is harder to do when you're way back here. It's not impossible, it's just harder. It's just harder to get that bounce on the stick. But once you get it, it's actually quite easy to do. Now, since posting that video, like I said, it's only been a few months since I posted it. I've been noticing some significant improvements since posting that video. There's a lot of things that I'm very comfortable doing now that I wasn't nearly comfortable doing even just, you know, a few months ago. So yeah, man, I just thought I would show you just a couple of things that I've been improving on, and just show you a couple of exercises that I've been doing to sort of help to improve those things. One of the things that I was having quite a bit of trouble with a few months ago with the traditional grip is playing the shuffle. Playing the shuffle was really challenging for me at that time. I just couldn't get the snap out, the snap that I need. As you know, the toughest thing about playing the shuffle is that you have an accented stroke right after a ghost note, and you're playing them both obviously with the same hand. So getting that snap out was pretty difficult to do back in the day. These days, it's just a lot easier. I just found that you know, when I've been playing it recently, just feels really good now. Another thing that has vastly improved over the last couple of months is my soloing. My soloing has gotten a lot better with the traditional grip. Overall, in general, really, my playing is a lot stronger now with the left hand, and my control is a lot better as well. So I'm still kind of developing that. It's not anywhere where I want it to be yet, but it's way better than it was a few months back. The one area where I was having most trouble was just power strokes on the toms. They were a lot weaker before with the left hand. But now it just seems that, you know, everything is just starting to get a lot stronger these days, and also my speed is improving, so I'm able to play licks a lot faster while still keeping the power level up, which is what I wanted. So yeah, that's another thing that really improved over the last couple of months. All right, for all my traditional grip players out there like me that like to hold the stick way back here, as you know, there's not a whole lot of bounce back in this area. So playing double strokes is just one of those super simple exercises that I did a lot, and I continue to do a lot, just to help me figure out how to get that bounce from, you know, the butt end of the stick. And like I said, once you get it down, it's actually super easy to do. So what I'm doing there, really, a lot of it happens with the index finger. Not so much with the thumb. There's a little bit of thumb involved, but most of it is with the index finger. And I'm just kind of creating that ceiling. And I'm kind of pushing the stick down with the index finger as opposed to dragging it down with the thumb. So once you get used to doing that, super easy to do. And I'm also, of course, using that same idea where I'm trying to accent the second stroke instead of the first one, right? Because you want those doubles to come out nice and strong. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. And of course, I'm utilizing the ring finger to help with the lift a little bit. So yeah, there's really not a whole lot happening with the thumb there. You can see it, but it's not really doing a whole lot. So yeah, double strokes, definitely, all the time, as often as I can. Here's another favorite exercise of mine to do with the left hand, and I think this is the one that directly affected my shuffle and just helped to accelerate the progress for playing the shuffle. And what I'm doing basically is I'm playing a gallop with both hands. And I'm doing them in unison too. So I'm just trying to get this kind of thing happening, right, with both hands. So what I'm doing with the left hand is, I'll play it for you a little bit just to show you what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what I'm doing basically is just a tap and a squeeze. So tapping the first note, and to get the accented note out, I'm squeezing these two together like this. So the work is split 50-50 between your index and your thumb. So you're kind of pushing down with the index and pulling down with the thumb at the same time. That's what ends up happening when you squeeze it. And that's how you get that killer shuffle going. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Right? And eventually, you get comfortable with that, and then you're able to work your speed up, and it's just easier to do. This is the exact same motion that you're going to use to play the shuffle, to play jungle grooves, which I'm not quite there yet, tempo-wise, but it's getting there. It's all the exact same squeeze and release kind of thing. So the big idea there is to play both hands without flamming. In the beginning, you're probably going to flam a little bit because one hand's going to be weaker than the other. But that's all that is. Another favorite exercise that I love to do with the left hand is a triplet exercise. And what I'm doing is I'm playing the first stroke with the thumb, and then 2 rebounds with the index finger. So that looks like this. So I'm kind of just dropping my wrist while at the same time bringing that stick down with the thumb. And then for the 2 other strokes, I'm kind of using my index finger, squeezing them out a little bit, just to help sort of lower that ceiling to get those 2 rebound strokes. And I'm also making sure that I utilize that ring finger as well to just kind of help with the lift. So this all feels super good to me while I'm holding the stick way back here. And this is one of the reasons why I got so comfortable with it, because everything just feels... Those exercises that I'm doing, those 3 simple ones that I'm doing, seems to make everything just feel better. So again, if the traditional grip is something that you're interested in developing, make sure you go check out my video, How to Develop a Killer Traditional Grip. It's super detailed. You're gonna know all the fine mechanics of the left hand when you're doing this grip, and it's really gonna help you in your progress. One thing though that I really wanna mention about the traditional grip, for you guys that are out there developing it and working on it hard and everything, the critical thing is this, man. Above everything else, while you're working on this grip, it's gotta look sexy. It's gotta look sexy, man. I don't know what else to tell you. Because there ain't nothing worse than a jacked up looking traditional grip. So there it is. I'll leave you with that. Leave a comment below. Let me know how your progress is coming with your own traditional grip. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. See you next video.